A creative mind and a passion for beauty. Martine Ho is one of the founders of homegrown lifestyle brand Sunny Studios, and it started as a product line of sunglasses back in 2013, and it has since expanded into the makeup industry with Sunny's Face and the food industry as well with Sunny's Cafe. Now, the brand is also taking over the international stage. Martine joins us now via Zoom to tell us more about the journey of Sunny's. Good morning, Martine. It's great to have you.
Good morning, Paulo. Bright and early.
Bright and early and looking very sunny indeed. Sunny's is celebrating its 10th year already, this 2023. It's amazing how this journey has been. What's it been like so far? I mean, it must have been, must have gone by in a blink of an eye.
Oh, it definitely has. I mean, it's been a chaotic yet very fulfilling decade. We have 274 stores now and over 1,100 members of the Sunny's team. So it has been such a journey getting here and so deeply, incredibly fulfilling and humbling to work with such an amazing team.
It sounds amazing. It really does, it really does sort of blow me away how quickly that decade has passed. Now, as I understand it, Martine, last year Sunny's Face was launched in the United States. So from sunglasses, it's onto makeup, and of course you've got your cafe. We'll talk about that as well. But this year you've also expanded to China, apart from the US. What's it like bringing your brand to the international market?
Well, I mean, for one, opening in the US was something that was fulfilling to me. I am proudly Filipino American, so to be able to see American people, Filipino Americans being able to use our product, it brought me a lot of pride to see American celebrities clamoring that they need our lipstick and to see, Allure magazine voting us best matte lipstick of the year. I mean, just over and over and over again, I'm beaming with pride of what we've created here in the Philippines. And beyond that, it's bringing something that we locally have made and put our souls and our heart into, and seeing that recognized and awarded on an international scale. It really just shows me that Filipino excellence is here and we're finally being recognized. And yeah, no, it's incredible. It
is incredible, and we are so proud of what you guys have achieved. I mean, this representation of the best that the Filipino can offer, and the fact that there are so many women at the helm of Sunny's. Why do you think it's important to have representation outside the Philippines? I mean, you guys have had so much success within here, but at the same time, you're stepping up onto the world stage. Why is that so important?
I mean, for so long, Filipinos and the Asian community in general, and more specifically the Southeast Asian community, have been so heavily underrepresented in media, in Hollywood, in anything that gets international accolades. So for me, I think it's important, I think of myself as a young girl, and seeing somebody on TV, reading about somebody who looks like you, who has the same values of you, that sounds like you, doing big things, it inspires you that you can do the same. So I hope that Sunny's does that for people in the Philippines and for Filipino Americans and for Filipinos who live abroad, that, hey, you can build something, you can make it great, you can empower Filipinos, you can empower women, and you can make good things, great things, and you can build it together. So I think that's very important. And the support of the Filipino community as well has been really overwhelming and very touching.
That's true. I mean, never has there been a better time, actually, on the world stage. There's so much focus and spotlight now on Asian talent, and particularly us Southeast Asians really sort of stepping up. Was this part of a grand plan, Martine? Did you think about, starting this company with sunglasses, and the thought was to expand beyond that? How do you find yourself where you guys are now?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, our vision when we began was really to create the best, most stylish products and make them accessible to everyone on every level. I mean, that was our vision when we started. And even beyond that, it was, at least for me personally, as somebody who has grown up in the US and in multiple countries, that we show off what we can do here in the Philippines. Our creativity in the Philippines and in the Filipino community is world class. And on an international level. So, I mean, this year alone, just seeing the recognition from the Asian community and has been incredibly rewarding, because this has been something I've been dreaming about for a decade. It's been a decade in the making of dreaming about this. So
fantastic, yeah. Now, what's next for Sunny's, Martine? Are you looking at creating more lines? Like I said, you started with the sunglass line, you've moved on to makeup, you've got the cafe concept as well. What are you exploring in terms of possibilities and in terms of expansion of the product range and in terms of where you actually have a footprint, other countries perhaps?
Yeah, all of the above. If there is a product in regards to beauty and eyewear that we can create that will bring some joy and ease and design into your life, it's already in the pipeline. Anything you're thinking about, we have it written on a whiteboard and it's going to happen. And in addition to that, it's also bringing our products to other markets. We have a very big demand in the Middle East and India, and we're really working towards the goal of bringing the Sunny's lifestyle brand into those regions as well.
Right. Well, I have no doubt that you will continue to expand, and really the fact that you've achieved what you have in 10 short years is testament to that. Now, let me shift gears here a little bit, Martine. Aside from being an entrepreneur and an influencer, you're also a wife and a mother. I have to ask, how do you balance your career, which has soared so far and high? How do you balance that along with your family life?
Well, I mean, I think that's the million-dollar question that no one really ever fully has an answer to. But for me, at least personally, the most important thing is respecting my time and respecting other people's time around me. So time management, it's setting boundaries for work and for my family. It's being present during work, but also being really present during milestones of my daughter's life. I have a toddler, which is, as any mother and any parent knows, is like really chaotic. So it's being present for her, but it's also being present for my work. But yeah.
Well, on the subject of time, we don't want to take too much of yours, but we do appreciate you being here. I want to ask you one last question, Martine. Since it's Women's Month, along this theme, we'd like to ask you, what for you makes an empowered woman?
An empowered woman for me is someone who knows who she is and what she wants and what she deserves. She knows her worth, and that's being herself is just enough. So somebody who's strong, independent, and continues to grow and work on herself and knows her faults and is able to see them, has that self-awareness, and just continues pursuing her dreams. That for me is being empowered.
Well, you certainly are empowered. You do know who you are, and the rest of the world knows who you are, and the rest of the world knows who the Filipino is as well. Thank you so much once again, Martine, for your time, and thank you for joining us this morning here on New Day.